all my DIYers out there. I was about to do a quick repair on my truck. Figured I'd shoot a little bit of video to show you what I got going on. I was going down the road the other day, and you know, this is an F250 pickup, so it's got kind of big side mirrors, so when you're towing stuff you can see what's going on back there. Anyway, going down the road the other day, I was actually headed over to my parents' house, and there's a spot in the road where it gets kind of narrow, and I'm coming up to this spot. I noticed this other big dually pickup truck is coming down. He has huge mirrors. We're probably both doing 40 or 50 miles an hour. We get close to one another and our mirrors just smack into one another. It scared me to death. As soon as it happened, I mean, I just instinctively jerked my head out of the way because I thought the mirror might swing around and bust my driver's side window. But it completely obliterated my mirror. Here, I'm gonna show you guys. Here we go. So you can see it just, man, it really took a toll on my mirror. Fortunately, that's most of the damage it did. You can see right here, it actually took a couple of chips out of the paint. Kind of a bummer, but I'll get some touch-up paint and fix that. I was telling my dad, man, I'm lucky it wasn't summertime and I had my arm hanging out my window or anything, because I could have really gotten hurt. So I was actually pretty lucky that all it did was screw up this mirror. So I actually ordered a mirror offline. I kind of looked around to see if there were any used ones floating around, like on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and there were some, but truthfully people were asking quite a bit of money for them. You know, people were asking, you know, $80, $100 for these mirrors. And you know, not that that's terrible, because actually these mirrors can get pretty expensive, but I was able to find one. Sorry, I got a little close to my face there. I was able to find one. It's right here. I'll show you guys just a second after I grab it. So I was able to find one. I actually bought this one off of eBay. It's a brand new mirror. Now, it seems okay from looking at it. Looks pretty good. Hopefully it functions okay once I get it plugged in. But I only paid $70 with shipping, so not bad at all. So I'm going to start taking this other mirror off here, but I wanted to show you guys actually pretty easy to replace this thing. If you've never had a door panel off on one of these, this is a 99 F250. I found this thing, actually, I bought this last year to tow our fifth wheel camper, which is sitting. My wife and I bought that camper last year, and we totally rehabbed it, gutted the interior, repainted everything, put new tires on it, repainted the entire outside of it, and actually we just took it camping for the first time this year. It was a blast. So that's why I actually bought this F250 pickup. This is a 99 F250. The people I bought it from, they actually ordered this thing specifically to pull a fifth wheel camper. I mean, off the factory line. All the tow stuff installed on it. It's a 3/4 ton truck, but they had 1 ton suspension put in the rear end, I think. You know, has some other goodies on it just for towing. It only had, when I bought it, it had, I believe, 99,000 miles on it. So this is a 99, so it's a 20-year-old truck. Just to, you know, you guys probably already know this, considering, you know, I have a DIY channel. I do a lot of stuff myself, but I never buy new cars. I really don't buy cars that are anywhere even close to new, even within a few years old. I look for older cars that are very well maintained with lower miles, because they've pretty much depreciated as much as they're going to depreciate. You know, if you buy an older car, low miles, that's been maintained, and you maintain it, you can drive the car for a while and you can resell it and just get your money back out of it. So many people lose so much money on cars. You know, cars are one of the worst investments people can make. Just they depreciate so fast. So if you can find a way, and that's the way that I've found to try and not lose money on cars, is I just buy older cars that are in really good shape. I drive them for a year or two, I sell it, and I find another one. And a lot of times I can just basically not hardly ever lose money on cars. I've even made some money on cars. So, you know, if you want to try and start doing that, maybe some of you already are, but that's how I do it. So let's get back to this mirror. Okay, so here we are. I've already taken the door panel off because you've got to do that in order to replace this mirror. You take this, there's a little piece, a trim piece up here that you've got to pop off. It just has a couple little clips, so you just kind of have to pull on it and pop it off. And behind there are actually the bolts that hold the mirror on. There are 4 of them. There's one there. You take these little plugs out over here. See if I can get it without pliers. There's another one. So there's 2 right there. There's one back there behind this little strip, and then I think there's another one right there. So those are the 4 things that hold the mirror on, but you also have to get to the connector that controls the motors on the mirror. So that is actually inside the door, so I'm probably gonna have to take that speaker out to get to that. But this door panel is actually incredibly simple to get off. I've got it sitting over here, so you can see this is my door panel. Let me grab something real quick. I'll show you guys. So on this door panel, you have your window controls and your door locks. So you actually just pop that off. You can get a little flathead screwdriver up here and just kind of pop this up, and then this thing just pops out real easy. There's just like a couple clips that hold it in. And then it has some connectors that come up through the door. You can see right here, and they connect right here. You just pop those off, and so then you have that off. And then down here on your door panel, you have this little reflector where your door light is. You can just pop that out. So once you have that out, there's a little screw right here that you unscrew, and then where your controls were at, there's a little screw right here. You just take both of those out, and then you just kind of lift up on the door panel and take it off. It's that easy. Okay, so I'm going to take this speaker out so I can get to that connector. I'll show you here in a minute. You can see there's just about 4 screws on that speaker. So I'm going to take that out. I'll be right back. Okay, I got that speaker pulled out of there. And if you can see, this connector right here is the one that runs up to your mirror. So I'm going to disconnect that real quick. Probably just has a little clip on it that you press. I'm going to have to set my phone down. Okay, so I got that unplugged. You can see this has a little round connector here. That's where it plugged in. The cool thing about it is this new mirror. Let's see if I can get this connector here so you guys can see. Newer trucks came with this kind of square connector. I'm not sure when that happened. I think it was like in the maybe 2002, 2003. I'm not sure. So if you had the older style, you know, it had that round connector. The awesome part is when I ordered this mirror, they actually had a little adapter so you can make it work with the older style mirrors on the older trucks. So now I'm just gonna start taking these off of here and pull that mirror off, put the new one on, and we'll see how she works. Got it all put back together, got my door panel put back on, got the mirror mounted. I think it looks pretty great. Looks like a new mirror. I'm really happy at this point, you know, that I got this mirror for 70 bucks, brand new. The controls work on it. That's the main thing I was concerned about. Some of these cheaper, cheaper products, it's like, you just never know, you know, and I'm hoping the motors don't go out soon. But you know, it was pretty cheap compared to if I went and bought like an OEM mirror. So there you go. Pretty easy task if you guys have a truck like this and you want to tackle it, or probably any truck for that matter. Probably a pretty easy repair. Hope you guys got something out of this. I'll talk to you later. Bye.